or this plastic plexiglass square. I'm going to line it up with my center line just to make sure that it is in fact square. And it wasn't totally square, it was a little bit off. So but that's my my bridge. So another thing you can do, it just makes life easier. Every once in a while you'll be trying to see where your center line is, and you have to look again for your...
Is anything unloading?
You know what? I haven't checked, man.
Okay, because I need your Samsung tonight. Yeah, can we please rent our Samsung for the sleepover?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, Dad, where is it?
It's right over here. Don't drop it in water or drop it and smash it, okay?
I know.
Alright, love you.
I'm putting it in my pillowcase.
Have fun, be good. Okay, so there's my center line.
What?
Center line is the center of my guitar. And the way that I like to lay out a guitar, we'll look at the plans and compare them soon. But what I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to take my brace wood. This is my X-brace material right here, I believe. Or should this be it? I think I'm going to use this right here. Thickness wise, I'm aiming for 285, 290. That's like a magical thickness as far as I'm concerned, because it's thicker than the Gibsons, thinner than the Martins. So you get a little bit less boom than a Gibson, but a little bit more boom than a Martin, less clarity than a Martin, more clarity than a Gibson. It's like the happy balance. It's currently 326, so I have to run these through the drum sander and thickness them first. But as far as the positioning of them goes, you want to have them intersecting with the wings of the actual bridge, and you want to have them set up in such a way that they're going to help support the upper boat so it doesn't end up getting destroyed. So now I'm going to see if I can find those plans. Here's the plans. Let's see how the real Gibson does it. Let's see what angle they have at the braces. If you want to know the angle of a guitar, Martins are 97.5. I've got some MDF templates that I've made. I've just cut, so I just stick it there, and then I just have the braces like stuck against them. It works out really well. But what is the Gibson? The Gibson looks like it's, yeah, about 97-ish. I bet you they're just the same as the Martin. If you look at the sound hole relative to the sound hole, it's somewhere around here. So it's really close to this. Like, so you see how the X-brace is intersecting with the bridge? Mm-hmm. So I usually have it so the brace intersects over here. Now, the wider you have them apart at the bridge, the more boomy and low end the guitar will be. The closer you have, the tighter it will be. It'll have a tighter sound, but it also gets a little quieter. So I like to have them sticking out a little wider. So I usually try to have them so they're intersecting somewhere at this corner, right there. And then the distance from the edge of the sound hole to the brace, it ranges from a 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch, depending on the guitar. So this guitar here, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have the braces so they end up intersecting right here. So just for the sake of making life easy, I'm gonna trace the braces on both sides of the brace. So I know that X brace goes there. So I know that I actually have to thickness it as well. So it's gonna end up moving a little bit. But in order to make it so it's symmetrical, what we can do is it should be over there. It intersects that side, and then somewhere around there. That should be pretty close. Like so. And if you guys would like to take the drawings you have, those are both good plans. They're very close to standard Martin specs. If you want to just build as per, do it. you'll get good results. Like I've done the whole like figure out your own bracing pattern and see if you can make it work. For guitar number 1, don't deviate too much. If you want to deviate, I'll tell you where to deviate and where not to. But the positioning of the X braces is quite important. So these are going to be where my X braces go. And lengthwise, what I'll do is I'll call this X brace 1, and I'm going to call this one 2. And so lengthwise, I'm going to trim it down so it's there. And so I've got my X braces now. Then I'm going to cut my my upper transverse brace, and the Gibson upper transverse brace, it's got 2 of them. Looks like it's got one that's only 1/8 of an inch tall by 1/2 inch. I would call that a webbing strip, and then it's got a 1/4 inch little brace. This is a little baby brace. That brace is not going to do very much, which is one of the reasons why these old Gibsons have a hard time when they're old. So, but distance-wise from the sound hole, it looks like it's a good solid inch. So in trying to be similar to the Gibsons, I'll try to have it so it's roughly 1 inch away. I'll mark this guy, and this will be brace number 3. This is 3. So I've got that marked, and I've got the length drawn out there. And the next thing is the tone bars. Tone bars are going to be coming off the treble side. They'll be closer to the bridge. So now, when you're holding the guitar, this is the bass side. This is the treble side. So this is an overview X-ray drawing, and some of them are from the inside. So it's important to differentiate between the bass side and the treble side. So when I'm playing my guitar, ding 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 ding, there we go. So treble side, bass side, B, T. That way you have that marked so you know which is which. And then if you want to be Mr. Accuracy, you can know that from the bridge where the saddle is, let's say there, it's 2 inches. So the bridge where the saddle is, that's the saddle. So that's the bass side, no, sorry, treble side. Here we go. So this is 1, and then the other brace starts 1.6 inches further down, and on the bass side, they go all the way and extend to the outer edge of the guitar. So one thing that you could do is you could draw a center line on this and measure how far it is in the middle from the X brace, and that'll help you get the correct angle. And then they're parallel. So if you
So they're braced in such a way that if you ever switched a righty to a lefty, it would fuck with the sound, wouldn't it?
Yep. The only guitars that you can easily switch are Larave's, because they're braced parallel. So, or perpendicular. So they'll have one brace here, and they'll have one brace here.
But does that make them sound...
It gets rid of some of the bass response and mellows some of the treble. So that's why I really love the Martins, and that's one of the reasons why everybody else does too. Like there's
the way they're braced.
Yeah, there's slight deviations here, but if you stick your hand inside a Martin or a Gibson, early 70s, Gibson was building double X brace guitars, so they'd have another X brace down here, and rumor has it they sounded like shit. But I've worked on a bunch that sound fantastic, so you could do that as well. But it does add extra weight. So in this case, this is a small guitar. I want to let it resonate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy here. And this brace, because I'm building an L00, it is a small guitar. I'm going to thickness these guys to 1/4 of an inch. I'll make them a little smaller. But again, these ones will be straight. So there's, this is upper tone bar, so UTB, And this one is actually long enough that I can get the lower tone bar out of it. So that's good. Sometimes I don't draw the bracing patterns on. One of the things that Gallagher Guitars does, which is kind of cool, is they have, and a lot of templates I've seen online, you've probably seen them because you check out, you're pretty savvy with this, but they have an MDF form that has all the crevices. So you just put the MDF on, you put the braces in, and you clamp them. But it doesn't allow you to deviate. But if you've got something that works really well, maybe you don't want to deviate. Maybe you want to stick with this plan because people call you up and say, hey, I want you to build me a guitar that just sounds like the other guys. So, but these are the braces that we're going to work on tonight. All we want to do is rough them out, glue them on. We'll do all the shaping tomorrow. So I'll start off by cutting them to the appropriate length, and then I'll thickness them. And one other little rule of thumb that I have is the upper transverse brace. My simple standard is the width and the height should equal 1 inch. So it can be a 1/4 inch wide, but it should be 3/4 of an inch tall. It can be 1/2 inch wide, 1/2 inch tall, and anywhere around that ballpark. But I like to have them so they're roughly 600 by 400, 400 wide, 600 tall. That's a pretty good balance, I find. So I'm gonna